Tonight, our invocation will be performed by Pastor Olufemi Adekoya of the Redeemed Christian Church Sanctuary of Praise.
Shall we rise up as we pray? Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, our Daddy and our God, we thank you. We thank you for this program. We thank you for the organizers. We thank you for the sponsors. We thank you for all the recipients. Father, we thank you. We bless you for every of your children that you have used, that have put this program together. Daddy, we thank you. Daddy, today as we have gathered, Daddy, have your way in our midst. We declare this program open tonight. In the name of God the Father, in the name of God the Son, in the name of God the Holy Spirit. Bless this program. Bring down your glory. And at the end, let your name be glorified. Thank you, blessed Father. In Jesus' mighty name, we are praying. I hope somebody will say amen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Burst Timmons, President of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Trust Fund. Before we get started tonight, Madam Secretary, do we have a quorum of trustees present tonight? Thank you. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I welcome you to the 41st Annual Scholarship Awards Ceremony. Over the past 2 years, due to the COVID-19 uptick, we adjusted to social distancing measures and hosted wonderful virtual scholarship award ceremonies. This evening, we are especially thankful to have the opportunity to be here in each other's company once again. Since we last met in person in 2019, Dr. James Mitchell stepped down as our long-serving president. We are extremely grateful for his leadership and his continued service to our board. Dr. Mitchell, I thank you. While this night is always special, and as I reflect on all that has happened over the last couple of years, the pandemic and the way it jolted our lives, changing the way we work and learn, I cannot help but be overcome with a sense of pride. Pride in the resilience of our community and pride in this evening's scholarship recipients. When the pandemic began, these scholars were still early in their high school careers, and yet they persisted. Tonight, we come together as a community to honor and esteem them in their pursuit of excellence through higher education. If you have attended this dinner in recent years, then you know that we had an established tradition of not making this celebration eternal. As president of the Trust Fund, my goal continues to end our program on time tonight. That's going to be a healthy goal, but we'll get there. I thank all volunteers who are willing to help me achieve our goal. We are moving our program along for the middle school student who wants to go home and study for school tomorrow. Tonight, we have students from 11 of our middle schools in New London County. I would like to thank the middle school administrators and teachers who helped the Trust Fund identify and recognize aspiring middle school scholars and their parents who are with us tonight. we say thank you. And I charge you, middle school rising stars, to work diligently so that you can be here receiving the scholarship in the next 4 to 5 years. And I actually met a couple of young scholars in the audience, and I've already challenged them, and they've already told me that they will be here. So we look forward to it. The MLK Board of Trustees has a tradition of opening each meeting with a reflection on one of Dr. King's insightful and timeless quotes. One such quote came from Morehouse College's campus newspaper in 1947. We must remember that intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character, that is a goal of true education. The complete education gives one not only power of concentration, but worthy objectives upon which to concentrate. As we shine a spotlight on the youth of our community for pursuing a higher education, we are also confident in their character and that they will use their intelligence to do good things around the world. It is also not lost on me that all here are in support of doing good by paying it forward to this cohort and future scholars. When Dr. King asked life's most persistent question, "What are you doing for others?" New London County responded and has continued to respond since 1968. Following the assassination of Dr. King in 1968, Dr. William Waller and his wife Eunice Waller awarded the first $100 scholarship to a New London High School student. To a New London High School student, Herbert Ross, who at that time was chosen by popular vote of students. This inspired Clarence Falk to call a meeting of several community leaders to create a trust fund that will provide annual awards to deserving African American scholars in honor of Dr. King and his ideals of social justice and peace. It wasn't always easy over the years, but the trust fund has persevered. Tonight, due to the overwhelming generosity of our scholarship sponsors, our bronze, silver, and gold dinner sponsors, and for the 5th time, Pfizer as our platinum sponsor, yes, thank you. We will award 16 $20,000 scholarships. This will move our total to 225 scholarships awarded since 1968. Our community continues to speak loud and clear about how it feels about promoting excellence in education by selling out this event. Tonight, even after a 2-year hiatus, we are once again at capacity. Ladies and gentlemen, your presence here tonight shows the community how committed you are to helping develop future leaders here in New London County. This banquet is, in fact, our annual and only fundraiser for financial support for future student scholarships. In the past years, some of you have made contributions right there at your dinner table, and we ask for your support once again. We accept checks in any amount made out to MLK SDF. You can drop your donation in our donation boxes located at the doors on both sides of the ballroom entrance. Or you can mail your donation to P.O. Box 1308, New London, Connecticut, 06320. Additionally, we accept online giving via PayPal, where you can give regularly and more easily. If you are considering the donation of stock, securities, or real estate to the trust fund or considering a bequest, I invite you to contact one of our stellar board members and ask about our Legacy Leadership and Giving Society. If you would like to donate your services or a special skill in some way to this trust fund, please feel free to contact us. On behalf of the MLK Board of Trustees, I thank you in advance for your continued commitment to our mission. So who are these hard-working volunteers who sincerely care about the youth of our community and I have the privilege of working with? Well, I will introduce you to them and ask them to stand and remain standing. We have Vice President Rochelle Saliki, a quality engineer with Flex Ltd. Corresponding and Financial Secretary Marie Carminati, Vice President of Retail Lending, Underwriting Manager with Chelsea Groton Bank. Dr. Andrea Ackerman, our Student Contact Coordinator at the Coast Guard Academy Writing Center. She deserves all the applause, especially when you see what she's done for these kids, for these scholars tonight. We have Miss Lola Collette, sixth grade language arts educator, Groton Public Schools. We have attorney Christine Conley with Emery, Neusner, Ascot, and Schaffner LLC. Mr. Joe Garcia, Manager of Engineering, General Dynamics Electric Boat. Ms. Megan Gilbert, Vice President, Chamber of Commerce of Eastern Connecticut. Mr. Henry Kidd, Assistant Principal of East Lyme High School. Mrs. Margaret Mills, Director of Membership and Corporate Partnerships with Mystic Seaport Museum. Our esteemed Dr. James Mitchell, Groton Public Schools retired, and our past president. We have Ms. Karen Walters, Associate Research Fellow, Pfizer Global Research and Development. And last but not least, Ms. Zakaya Williams, Coordinator, Community Relations, Lawrence and Memorial Hospital. You can all be seated if you'd like. We are especially pleased that former trustees and emeritus members are also here to support us tonight. We have one of our founding trustees, Mr. Michael Shapiro. We have Mr. Ulysses Hammond, Ms. Jane Lassen-Bobroff, Dr. David Blackwell, and Ms. Verna Swan. I thank our emeritus members for continuing to believe and make a difference in the lives of our student scholars. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we also recognize all former MLK scholars. If you're in the audience today, please stand and be recognized. Please place your attention on the screen as we recognize our 2020 and 2021 scholars who, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we were unable to recognize at a formal dinner. I would also like to thank our dinner sponsors, bronze sponsors, TVCCA, Dr. Karen Walters, Niantic Community Church, Mystic Congregational Church, Dr. James and Marguerite Mitchell, and attorney Bart Sayet. Our silver sponsors, General Dynamics Electric Boat, The Day Paper, Rotary Club of Groton, Core Plus Credit Union, Yale New Haven Health, L&M Hospital, and our gold sponsors, Comcast and Chelsea Groton Bank. And for our 5th year in a row, our platinum sponsor, Pfizer Incorporated. Please place your attention on the screen as we recognize, I have a mess up in here. So would like to bring a message from Pfizer to the screen this evening.
Good evening. It's my distinct honor to be here with you today. For 20 years, Pfizer has proudly supported the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Trust Fund. We believe in your mission and share your goal of helping underrepresented minority students achieve their dreams. The MLK Trust Fund embodies one of our company's core values, equity. At Pfizer, we believe that every person deserves to be seen, heard, and cared for. We live these values internally at the company through a number of important diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, including our strong support of the Global Black Community Colleague Resource Group, for which I'm proud to be the executive leadership team sponsor. We also live these values externally through our partnership with you and other important programs. While giving back is both our responsibility and privilege, sponsoring these scholarships is also an investment in the future, both ours as a company and ours as a country. The 4 young people whose scholarships are funded by Pfizer are nothing short of extraordinary. They are accomplished students, athletes, and community leaders. Simply put, they are the best of the best. I hope they choose to work at Pfizer one day, but even if they don't, I have a feeling we'll be hearing from and about them. They make me optimistic about our future. Please accept my heartfelt congratulations to all of the scholars here today and their families. We deeply appreciate all that the MLK Trust Fund does to help students excel, and we are grateful to be a part of it.
And we thank Pfizer for their continued support. I would also like to recognize our local and state elected officials in the audience. And tonight, we are extremely honored to have Congressman Joe Courtney, Congressman Joe Courtney, representative of Connecticut's 2nd District, and Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, representative from New York's 8th District, in attendance tonight. I invite Congressmen Courtney and Jeffries to the stage to present a proclamation to our 2022 scholars.
Thank you, Burrs. And I heard your admonition that we're going to keep this on time. As Hakeem can attest, in the House we can't filibuster, so we'll obviously hold to your instructions. Again, it is great. It's so exciting and inspiring to be here tonight to witness a community come together to support, really, as we just heard, the best of the best in terms of our school systems, which is a team sport in this area. And particularly, that's been the case over the last 2 or 3 years, where dealing with a global pandemic has really stressed our educational systems in ways that no one ever imagined. And to all of the awardees tonight, you were able to overcome, those challenges to excel and succeed in a way that none of us really can express in words anything that matches the accomplishment that we're celebrating here this evening. And I also would like to recognize the educators who are here. I know there's many teachers and school staff who are part of that effort. again, during the pandemic, you were confronted with choices in terms of how to, again, keep that connection to students alive and successful. And obviously here this evening, we have seen the fruits of your amazing labor, which was not always easy. It was not for the faint of heart. And again, we all owe you a huge debt of gratitude. So this evening, I have a special friend that was driving from New York to Boston and it said he was going to be in the area and wanted to see if there was any sort of place he could stop by and experience this incredible congressional district. And luckily, tonight's dinner coincided with his journey. And he is a special person. He is fourth in the leadership in the U.S. House of Representatives. He is somebody who has actually gotten to that position in a very short period of time. And again, it's because of his amazing skill and talent and way of dealing with people. And I would really love to have him come up and say a few words. And please ask all of us here in Eastern Connecticut to give Hakeem Jeffries a big welcome to the 2nd District.
Good evening, everyone. What an honor and a privilege to be here in Eastern Connecticut, certainly to be here with you, Mr. President, to all of the supporters of the MLK Trust Fund Scholarship, certainly to the scholars, to the teachers, the parents, the family members, and my good friend, Congressman Joe Courtney. You can't ask for a better member of the United States Congress to represent your interests than Joe Courtney. He's a champion for the children, the caucus, the Congress, the country, the Constitution, and the state of Connecticut. It's such a special occasion, I brought the alliteration. But it's just great to be here in Eastern Connecticut. I'm no stranger to Connecticut. I grew up, of course, in New York City, but my mom grew up here, was born and raised in Bristol, Connecticut, not too far from where we are. My father is from New Jersey, from Newark, New Jersey. My mom went off to college at Central State. My father went to Central State. They met there. Folks say to me, well, how did you wind up where you wound up? I said, well, my mom was from Connecticut. My pops was from Newark. They compromised and moved to Brooklyn. But I have a special place in my heart for this great, incredible state. And I'll just say to the scholars, one, thank you to the supporters for really channeling MLK and many of the great thinkers. Frederick Douglass once said, it is easier to build strong children than it is to repair broken men or broken women. That's what you all are doing here today, building strong young men and women. And as I take my seat, I'll just say to the young people, congratulations on this incredible accomplishment. But you know, the journey that you'll be on will sometimes be filled with adversity, because life is filled with ups and downs, with highs and lows, with peaks and valleys, with trials and tribulations. I've often said you can't get from your point of departure to your point of destination without at some moment along the way encountering turbulence. And you know, when that turbulence strikes, sometimes there are going to be some folks around you that will doubt your ability to make it through. Former Vice President Joe Knowles once called these kind of individuals nattering nabobs of negativism. They're persistent pessimists, notorious naysayers, cantankerous critics. In Brooklyn, we just call them haters. Folks who, when you confront that adversity, will doubt your ability to make it through. We're just here to say, whenever you find yourself in that kind of tough spot, dismiss the doubters and keep marching toward your dream. That's what MLK would have you do. That's what you've been prepared to do. And I know because of your talent, ability, intellect, work ethic, and support network, the best is yet to come. Congratulations. God bless each and every one of you.
Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Wow. Thanks again to Congressman Courtney and Congressman Jeffries. But all this talking and the smell of food is making me hungry. So please excuse me as I grab a bite before we begin the main event. I hope you all are enjoying your meal. I'll be back with you in a few moments. Scholars are not only recipients of this financial award, but also scholars, with the support of the committee, dedicate their weekends to learn speech writing, presentation skills, and life skills such as how to write a proper thank you letter and the etiquette of greeting people. They essentially learn, as trustee Dr. Ackerman jokes, how to properly butter their bread. This year's scholars have worked hard to distinguish themselves and have truly earned your support and admiration. So now let's get started. Our first scholar tonight is Nazariah Isaac from New London High School. Nazariah's scholarship is funded by the Gruby family. Unfortunately, Mr. Gruby could not be here tonight, but Nazariah will be introduced by MLK trustee, Ms. Lola Collette.
Good evening. Our first scholar, Nazariah Isaac, is the daughter of LaToya Owens Ogletree and Miguel Figueroa. She's a senior at New London High School. At school, Nazariah is a member of the National Honor Society, the fencing team, the jazz band, and the drama club. Her play, Open Wounds, has been performed by professional actors. She received the ECC Sportsmanship Award, placed first in the Music in the Parks Festival, and was inducted into the International Thespian Society. Nazariah is vice president of More Than Words. In the community, Nazariah works with the children at New London's Recreation Summer and Aftercare initiatives as a program leader, as a site supervisor, and as a swimming instructor as well. Nazariah's schools of choice include Southern New Hampshire State University, where she intends to study to become a writer. She already is a writer, though. Nazariah's Dr. Martin Luther King Scholarship is funded by the Gruby family. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Nazariah Isaac. Where's your card?
Toya's stupid daughter. In my grandmother's eyes, that's who I was whenever I made mistakes. Toya's stupid daughter. Those words cut me so deep that my dream of being a writer bled out through open wounds. Making mistakes comes with being human. My grandmother made me too afraid to be human. But the universe heard me and sent Miss Hepler, my theater teacher, whose encouragement helped me get to the Eugene O'Neill Young Playwrights Festival. With my play, open wounds. 8th graders, embrace being human. And don't let anyone ever call you Toya's stupid daughter. I'm so honored to be sponsored by the Gruby family as I plan to pursue a career in writing, as their parents did. I will thank them again when I win the Pulitzer and the Nobel. Mom, Miguel, Auntie, will you please rise? Auntie, you helped support me and my family when we were at our lowest. Words cannot express how thankful I am for that and for you. Mom, Miguel, thank you for showing me that being sensitive doesn't make me weak. It makes me human. I love you all so much.
Wow. Congratulations, Nazariah. And special thanks to Superintendent Cynthia Ritchie, Principal and Director Dr. Jose Ortiz, and the rest of the staff at New London High School. Our second scholar tonight is Divine Adekoya from Marine Science Magnet High School. Divine's scholarship is funded by Pfizer, and Divine will be introduced tonight by Ramses Jean-Louis, Chief Directive Diversity Officer at Pfizer.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. That's one of my favorite quotes of Dr. King. I'm here with the Pfizer colleagues. We have a couple of tables here. We had the unique opportunity to sit down and actually meet a lot of the fellows. And when you sit down and you have a conversation with these fellows, you can't help but to be impressed and to be inspired. So I want to thank the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Trust Fund, Scholarship Trust Fund, for making this possible for the leaders and for all of the volunteers. I also want to thank all of the sponsors. When we come together and when we collaborate, we're able to make opportunities like this happen. Not only are we able to dream, but we come a little closer to our collective dreams, and we're able to help these young, outstanding scholars move closer to their dreams as well. So to the scholars, all of the scholars that's here in the room, I want to say that I see you, we see you. We see talent, we see courage, we see resilience, we see strength. We also see hope. We see hope for a more equitable and a better future. So thank you for all that you do, and why don't we get started and let me introduce Divine Adekoya. Divine Adekoya. At school, Divine is a member of the National Honor Society, the track and field team, the fencing, gaming, basketball, and SAT clubs. In the community, Divine is a youth coach, co-leader, and Sunday school teacher at the Redeemed Christian Church Sanctuary of Praise, where his father is pastor. Divine schools of choice include UConn, Providence College, and Connecticut College, where he intends to prepare to become a physician. Divine Adekoya.
Words have power. Front of the classroom, sentence of the day, stuttering, humiliated, losing my confidence, my power. The ability to speak, many people have, but the ability to speak properly, I had to learn. I spent days talking to myself, learning articulation. Though hard, it taught me a valuable lesson. Words, said correctly, have power. The power to influence, the power to change, the power to overcome. I have overcome my hardships and my failures to become a Dr. Martin Luther King Scholar. Dr. King's words have power. My words have power. 8th graders, your words have power. The power to influence, the power to change, the power to overcome. I would like to thank my sponsor, Pfizer, for granting me the power to influence people's lives for the better. A physician, Dr. Divine Adekoya. I would like to thank 2 special people in my heart. Mom and Dad, please rise. Thank you for your powerful words of inspiration, your kindness, and your love. May God bless you.
Power. Power. Powerful. So moving this program along, our third scholar of the evening is Aisha Hashimi from Robert E. Fitch High School. Aisha's scholarship is funded by Pfizer Incorporated and will be introduced by Mr. Jean-Louis.
Thank you. Aisha Hashimi. At school, Aisha is a full diploma international baccalaureate candidate and a member of the National Honor Society. She has been named to the Society of the Torch and Laurel and received the Award of Excellence from the Congress of Future Medical Leaders. In the community, Aisha volunteers at RAM Pediatric Clinic, the IRS Refugee Resettlement Organization, Fresh Start, and her place of worship, Aisha's school of choice, include Yale, NYU, and UConn, where she intends to study to become a dermatologist. Aisha Hashimi.
At the age of 12, I had a dream that I could become the next Maya Angelou and inspire others through my voice and my writing. At the age of 12, I was in my middle school cafeteria when my friend said to me, "My father said your kind are terrorists, and you will bomb the school." In an instant, she snatched away my dreams of becoming Maya Angelou, an inspiration. In her eyes, I was a terrorist. But I am not a terrorist. I am a dokhtar, a daughter, a hamshara, a sister, a mutalim, a student, a tashweek, an inspiration. I am. I am Aisha Hashimi. Eighth graders, you are all tashweeks, inspirations. Like Maya Angelou said, make it your life's mission to not only survive, but to thrive with passion. I would like to thank my sponsor, Pfizer, for helping me pursue my dream in becoming a dermatologist. I will be Dr. Aisha Hashimi.
Yes, you will.
Mom and Dad, please rise. You are my motivation, my happiness, and my inspiration. Thank you for giving me such a loving and hardworking family. I love you.
That's a tough. These are a tough act to follow, you know. And then I have to come back up here and speak after these students. I mean, it's a tough act to follow, but I'm gonna do my best and keep it moving. Our fourth scholar here tonight is Megan Cornell Marca from New London Science and Technology Madnick High School. Megan's scholarship is funded by the Kitchens Family Foundation. Introducing Megan tonight is MLK Vice President and 2010 MLK Scholar, Rochelle Saliki.
Good evening, everyone. As our president just said, I myself got the scholarship back in 2010, which now makes me feel old, personally. I know I'm not. So I know what it feels like to be a scholar up here on this stage. And it takes so much courage that it's always a struggle for me to see how wonderful and amazing all these scholars are. And I am so excited that I'll be introducing for Kitchings tonight. I will do my best, if you know Mr. Kitchings, to be as enthusiastic as him, but I don't think I'll get anywhere in comparison. So, let me introduce our scholar tonight, Megan Cornell Marca. She is the daughter of Leah Marca and Marco Cornell. She is currently a senior at New London Science and Technical Magnet High School. Where at school, Megan is a National Honor Society for Science and Spanish, and she is enrolled in UConn's ECC, Early College Experience for English 4. She's also in Mitchell College's Race, Ethnicity, and Culture. I think Mitchell College is here tonight. And she also is in Eastern's Math for Liberal Arts classes. Twice, Megan has captured the yearbook cover competition, as she is an amazing artist. She has worked with displays and artists where her work is displayed for Hispanic Alliance. She's also been commissioned to paint for Chris Soto upon his return to New London. Megan also volunteers at the St. Mary's School of the Sea Church in decorating and in children's activities. Megan's school of choice include UConn, Eastern Connecticut University, where she intends to study illustration. Megan's scholarship is funded by the Kitchings Family Foundation. Please welcome Megan.
I once sold a painting for just $5. I sold my art short, but most importantly, I sold myself short. In the 7th grade, Miss Duggan, my art teacher, had me participate in my school's art exhibition. I put on a happy mask, as I always did, except this time, there were tears on my canvas. Tears that mixed in with the rough strokes of reds and yellows of a furious sunset. I hated this painting. It wasn't perfect. How could anyone like this painting if I didn't like it? If it was so emotional, so raw, so me? Sorry. This October, I sold 10 paintings for $600 at Ocean Beach's market. This one's not for sale, though. This time, all 10 of these paintings were a part of who I am. They were the beautiful sunset, the shining lights, the blazing sun that I once neglected and tried to dim out. These paintings were more than just $5, because I am more than just $5. 8th graders, you are more than just $5. Hold on to that brush and keep on painting. Hold on to that pencil and keep on sketching. As Bob Ross once said, we don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents. Thanks to the Kitchens Family Foundation, I can make my happy little accidents. I'll be attending the University of Connecticut to be an illustrator who can illustrate their own future. Mami, Papi, Steven, por favor, levántense. Primeramente, les quiero agradecer mucho por siempre estar a mi lado y apoyándome en todo lo que yo hago. También quiero agradecer a tío Juan y primo Jonathan y mi familia del Ecuador, porque ellos siempre me quieren apoyar y me dan mucho amor siempre. Gracias, abuelita, gracias, tío, gracias a todos. Les quiero mucho.
Congratulations, Megan, and special thanks again to to Superintendent Ritchie, Principal Director Dr. Jose Ortiz, and staff. And I forgot to also thank, during our last speaker, have a special thank you for Superintendent Susan Austin, Principal Ted Kelleher, and the Fitch High School staff. Our fifth scholar of the evening is Deja Dry, Three Rivers Middle School College, Madnick High School. Deja's scholarship is funded by Pfizer Incorporated, and I'd like to bring Mr. Jean-Louis back to the stage to introduce Deja.
Thank you. Deja Dry. At school, a recipient of the Yukon Avery Point Book Award, Deja is president of the National Honor Society, vice president of the Student Leadership Club, and a member of the Movie Critics and Sewing Clubs. In the community, Deja devotes her time to New London Youth Affairs, the New London Public Library, the Drop-In Learning Center, and Writer's Block. Deja's, that's right, let's clap for that. Deja's schools of choice include Boston, Washington, and Purdue universities, where she intends to study to be a genetic counselor. We need that at Pfizer. Deja Dry. Congratulations.
I am angry. 12 years ago, my family... I'll start over. I am angry. 12 years ago, my family changed forever. My cousin was shot and killed on Press Street in New London, Connecticut. This was the start of the catalyst that continues to cause my family pain to this day. My home no longer felt safe. It no longer felt like home. I was silenced. My family left to be misunderstood by those around us. Over 50 years ago, Dr. King posed the question, where do we go from here? It's a question my family has been trying to answer for the past 12 years. I believe our answer begins with my voice tonight. We will no longer be silenced, expected to bury our emotions deep inside. Until we abolish these systems that have inured us to the staggering loss of life, there will never be justice. Bodies will continue to be buried too early. Families and friends will continue to suffer. 8th graders, let your strengths and your scars propel you towards justice. They are arrows in your arsenal. Aim them wisely. I give a deep thanks to Pfizer, my sponsor, for amplifying my voice, for supporting my future in genetics, and most of all, letting my family be heard. Now, Mom and Dad, please rise. Dad, you had to learn how to be a father without an example, and you have done such an amazing job. You should be so proud. And Mom, you have never failed me. I am eternally grateful for your sacrifices, and I love you both so much. I am so proud to be your little pea pie.
Wow. Congratulations, Deja. And special thanks to Executive Director Catherine Erickson, Principal Brad Columbus, and the Three Rivers High School staff. Our next scholar tonight is Dia Patel from Stonington High School. Dia's scholarship is again sponsored by Pfizer, and Mr. Louis, Jean Louis, he's still on the stage, so we'll bring him up again.
Thank you. Dia Patel. Dia is vice president of her class and president of student government. She sits on the executive boards of the UNICEF and Interact clubs and the Spanish National Honor Society. A National Honor Society member, Dia received the Brown Book, the Pat Summit, the Balch and Lom Science, the U. O'Brien Youth Leadership, the ECC Sponsormanship Awards, and the Connecticut Seal of Biliteracy. In the community, Dia volunteers for Letters for Rose and New London Community Meal Center. Dia's schools of choice include Yale, Tufts, and Brown, where she intends to study to become a doctor. Dia Patel.
My name is not Dia. My name is not Diva. My name is not Femke, the name of the only other darker-skinned girl in my class in 7th grade. My name is Dia, which in Gujarati means light. Teachers, classmates, and strangers could never pronounce my Indian name correctly, and I stayed quiet. I let them mispronounce my name. I let them deny my culture. I let them dim the light that I am. But here I am today, a Dr. Martin Luther King scholar. My light shines. Eighth graders, embrace your name. Bring your jalebi to school and have your friends try it. Celebrate Diwali, the festival of lights, like your friends celebrate Christmas, Easter. Every part of you belongs here just as much as the white kid beside you. So do not stay quiet. Do not let them dim your light. Make sure they can hear your name loud and clear. I would like to give the biggest thanks to Pfizer for stoking the light inside of me and my future in becoming a future Dr. Dia Patel. Mom, Dad, please stand. Coming to this country with nothing and getting to where you are today puts bravery on a whole new scale. The sacrifices you make for Bai and I every single day have made me into a fearless leader like you. Everything I do is for you. Thank you for naming me Dia, as I will bring your light with me wherever I go.
Congratulations, Dia. And special thanks to Superintendent Marianne Butler, Principal Alicia Sweet-Daw, and the Stonington High School staff. Our next scholar of the evening is Cameron Hobbs from Ella T. Grasso Technical High School. Introducing Cameron tonight is Trustee Dr. James Mitchell. we knew we couldn't keep him off the stage.
Thank you, Mr. Timmons. This is a really special and grand occasion for us to be back post-COVID, so thank you all for braving and taking your vaccines and coming out and being with us to celebrate these wonderful youth tonight. Thank you very much. It is my pleasure to introduce our next scholar, Cameron Hobbs. This scholarship, as you've heard, is funded by the For Good Fund and Miss Eva Goldberg. Ms. Goldberg is unable to be with us tonight because of a prior commitment. She is a staunch supporter of the Trust Fund, and she has supported several scholars over the years. She sends to Cameron a hearty congratulations on your achievement and a sincere best wishes with your future educational goal. Let's talk a minute about Cameron. Cameron Hobbs, daughter of Antoine Hobbs, is a senior at L.T. Grosso Technical High School, and we are very pleased that the tech school is involved in our program, and they continue to be involved every year. At school, Cameron is a consistent honor roll student. Cameron is the salutatorian of the senior class, vice president of the National Honor Society, captain of the varsity softball team. And what I love most is that she is also, for you Rotarians here tonight, an Interact Club student. I believe there are some Rotarians in the house. She was also named an EastCon Summer Youth Intern. Cameron is a founding member of Students for Recovery. Their senior summit brought together Connecticut Community for Addiction Recovery, Groton Alliance for Substance Abuse, and state agencies to work toward providing pathways to recovery. In the community, Cameron also participates in facilitating blood drives and in serving Veterans Day luncheons. As a veteran myself, I look forward to those luncheons. Thank you, Cameron. Cameron's school of choice include UConn, Brown, and the Coast Guard Academy, where she intends to study mechanical engineering. Now, you've heard the Coast Guard Academy added there. I vote for UConn, but Dr. Ackerman has her own ideas. But Cameron, we know whatever you do, you're going to be successful. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Ms. Cameron Hobbs.
Africa's best hair oil dripped all over my favorite shirt, the floor under me, and the chair behind me. Throughout my life, I dedicated myself to my hair. I believed it was my confidence, my strength, my power. Countless oil-stained shirts, proof of the fervor I put into this perfectly placed middle part. Truly, this part is proof I am capable of greatness. My slippery hands are the hands that connect me to Nefertiti, Amina of Zaria, Cleopatra, the queens of Africa. Eighth graders, follow me. Create proof of your beauty and confidence, just like those queens of Africa. I would like to thank the For Good Fund for reinforcing the feeling of triumph of a regal future in mechanical engineering at UConn. Dad, please stand. Thank you for guiding me through every part of my life. to trips to the hair store, and to the answer to your question, just what are you going to do with that head? The answer is, I'm going to wear a crown. I love you.
Congratulations, Cameron. And special thanks to Superintendent Dr. Ellen Solik, Principal Patricia Feeney, and the Grasso Tech staff. Moving on with the program, our 8th scholar of the evening is Leopoldine Bertrand from Norwich Free Academy. Leopoldine's scholarship is funded by the Kitchens Family Foundation, and I'd like to invite Ms. Rochelle Saliki back to the stage to introduce Leopoldine.
Hello again. So I am so honored to speak for Leopoldine Bertrand. You'll hear, she is such a special scholar, and I get to know all the scholars as Dr. Ackerman and I, and this year Ms. Lola Collette. We got to work with the scholars and help them write their speeches. So I do get to know each and every scholar on a personal level, and I'm so excited to introduce you tonight. Leopoldine Bertrand is a daughter of Linda Rumpai and Leo Bertrand. She is a senior at Norwich Free Academy. At school, she is a member of the National Honor Society, as she is also the president of the Spanish National Honor Society. She is also the vice president of NFA's NAACP branch, as she is a representative on the Student Advisory Board. She has twice been named a State National Invention Convention winner, and she is a member She is also a member of the volleyball team and Pathfinders. In the community, Leopoldine is the Secretary of Education at her church. She also is a student coordinator for the youth ministries for Southern New England Conference. Also on her free time, she interns at Norwich Human Services, and she's a teacher at Kids World. Leopoldine's schools of choice include Howard, UCLA, and North Carolina A&T, where she intends to study administration leadership to become a principal one day. Leopoldine's scholarship is funded by the Kitchings Family Foundation. Please welcome Miss Leopoldine.
A year ago, I wanted to die. Every day, I awoke with a pit in my stomach big enough to fit hell and every person in it, and anxiety held me at gunpoint. A year ago, I thought I was no one. Simply a statistic to the chem teacher who announced in front of my class every day that my absences were frivolous. Little did she know, on the days I couldn't wake up for her class were the days I couldn't convince myself to wake up at all. A year ago, I was ugly. A year ago, I was not my mother's daughter. But Psalms 34, verse 17 says, "The Lord hears his children when they call upon him, and in their times of trouble, he washes them away." And that is exactly what God has done for me. This year, during a summer abroad trip in Spain, I was baptized in the Mediterranean Sea. This year, I am my mother's daughter. This year, I hug my past and myself. And this year, I am a strong Haitian American woman. And this year, I am an MLK Scholar. Eighth graders, hand things to God, and I promise He will hand them back to you with 10 times more. I'd like to thank the Kitchings Family Foundation for their dedication to the MLK Fund. Because of that, I will pursue my career in becoming a superintendent of schools. Mom, Dad, Leica, please rise. Get Leica in the frame too, she's important. Leica, you stood here 3 years ago today, so from one MLK scholar to another, I hope you're proud of me, sister. Dad, thank you for always being kind to me and showing me how strong love could be from afar. I love you. And Mom, thank you for your constant and consistent dedication to God. Because of that, you created not one, but 2 MLK scholars. So I hope you know that he and I are so very proud of you. God gave me life, but you all gave me love. Thank you so much.
Wow. Congratulations, Leopoldine. And special thanks to head of the school, Brian Kelly, diversity officer, Mr. Leo Butler, and the NFA staff. Our 9th scholar of the evening is Ms. Saida Raza, New London Science and Technology, Madnick High School. Saida's scholarship is funded by the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Trust Fund. And Saida will be introduced tonight by Trustee Margaret Milnes.
I am so honored and delighted to introduce to all of you Saida Raza, daughter of Said Shah and Farzana Batul. She is a senior at New London Science and Technology Magnet High School. At school, she's president of More Than Words, and she is enrolled in AP and is the Project Lead the Way and an AP and Project Lead the Way classes. She is concentrating on medicine, completing the biomedical courses of medical interventions, human body systems, and principles of biomedical science. Saida has received awards of excellence in AP English Literature, Algebra, Geometry, Science, and U.S. Government. Saida learned English 4 years ago, and she speaks Urdu, Punjabi, and Arabic. In the community, Said volunteers at Lawrence and Memorial Hospital and at Project O. Her schools of choice include Yale, UConn, and Connecticut College, where she intends to study to become a doctor. Saida's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship is funded by the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Trust Fund. Congratulations.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alif Lam Ra. Tilka ayatul kitab wa Qur'anim mubin. These are the lines of the book Quran. For a Muslim, Quran is the word of God. For a Muslim, Quran is the ultimate source of authority. For a Muslim, Quran is a path of guidance. As a young girl, I would always listen to recitation. The reciting words would meander throughout my mind, become absorbed in my soul, and they would bring me to tears, but they would never flow through my lips. I tried following the reciter. I tried learning the hard Arabic words, but I couldn't recite. However, in 2020, I challenged myself to learn how to recite. It took me days and nights, but I finally reached the towering height of learning how to recite. Now, I am gripped by the power of the Quran. I am lightened by the beauty of the Quran. Now, I am one step closer to my inner spirituality and one step closer to my faith. To the 8th graders, وَاصْبِرْ فَوْنَا لَا يُضِيعُ أَجْرَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Your inner power lies in finding yourself. So embrace the things that make you powerful. To the MLK Foundation, I would like to thank the MLK Foundation for supporting my dreams of becoming Dr. Sayyida Fatima Raza. Mama, please stand. मामा, मैं पूरी कोशिश करूंगी कि आपकी हर उम्मीद पर पूरी उतरूं और मैं आपसे बहुत ज़्यादा प्यार करती हूँ.
Congratulations, Saida. And again, special thanks to Superintendent Cynthia Ritchie, Principal Dr. Jose Ortiz, and the London Science and Technology Math High School staff. Our 10th scholar of the evening is Porter Rodriguez from Stonington High School. Porter's scholarship is funded by Ray Sean Whitford, a Stonington High School grad himself, and a 2007 MLK Scholar.
Good evening, y'all. I have the unique privilege of not just being a sponsor this evening, but a scholar. And I will tell you a couple of things. The first is I am so impressed with this group of young folks. A favorite quote of mine from Dr. Martin Luther King is, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that." And I'd like to thank all of the folks carrying that light. Dr. Hammond, Mr. Timmons, Dr. Ackerman, the Wallers, and so many others. I'd love to introduce y'all to Porter Rodriguez, who's an incredible young person. Porter Rodriguez, daughter of Ralph and Julia Rodriguez, is a senior at Stonington High School. At school, Porter has consistently achieved high honors. Porter is a member of the National Honor Society, the treasurer of the UNICEF Club, and the co-captain of the fall, winter, and spring crew teams. That's a lot of work, y'all, being out there in the middle of winter. A Girl Scout since 2010, Porter has earned the Silver Award in Scouting and is active in UNICEF and Girl Scout community service initiatives. In the community, Porter volunteers at the New London Food Pantry and has been the summer camp counselor at Victor Dojo. Porter's schools of choice include Boston University, Fordham University, and American University, where she intends to study business. Porter's Dr. MLK Jr. Scholarship is funded by me, Stonington High School graduate, and the 2007 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholar.
I hate labels. Being labeled. Classified, categorized, white, brown, Mexican, Puerto Rican. These words echo through my head, trapping these different parts of me into tiny boxes. When I moved from Los Angeles to Stonington, it felt like the floor had been taken out from under me. Here, people define me by what they see, as if my appearance can tell them anything about my character. I have fought against these labels my entire life. Fought to gain admittance into rooms my white, male peers can simply walk into. Fought to be considered as more than what I appear to be. I am so much more than my labels. I'm a black belt in karate. I am the captain of my crew team, and I am a Dr. Martin Luther King Scholar. Eighth graders, the labels that others put upon you show their limitations. You are limitless. You are the only one who gets to define who you are. I would like to thank my sponsor, Mr. Rayshawn Whitford, an MLK scholar whose ongoing commitment to the scholarship fund is letting me follow my dreams at university. Thank you, Mr. Whitford, for allowing me to follow in your footsteps and pursue business. I would also like to thank my strongest supporters, my parents. Mom and Dad, please stand. Dad, thank you for teaching me that I belong where I am and that I have earned my place in this world. Mom, you are the inspiration behind everything I have accomplished and everything I set out to do. I love you both.
Congratulations, Porter, and special thanks to Superintendent Mary Ann Butler, Principal Alicia Sweetdaw, and the Stonington High School staff. Our 11th scholar tonight is Kamara Royster from New London Visual Performing Arts High School. Oh, you got a big cheering section up here. Introducing Kamara tonight is MLK trustee Henry Kidd.
Dr. King once said, intelligence plus character is the goal of true education. we're definitely seeing that personified here tonight. As a 3-year member of the board, I am very excited to be participating in my first in-person dinner and honored and humbled to be introducing our next scholar. Kamara Royster, daughter of Clara Lancaster, is a senior at New London Visual and Performing Arts High School. At school, Kamara is a member of the National Honor Society, president of her class, and captain of the indoor co-ed varsity and outdoor girls varsity track teams. A 3-sport athlete, Kamara is an ECC All-Star, an ECC Scholar Athlete, and holds the gold in the 55-meter hurdles. Kamara received the Harvard Book Club Award and has been conferred honors in all areas of academics. In the community, Kamara participates in the Fresh Summer Crew Program, where she was invited to become a part of the Spring Leadership Training Program. Kamara's schools of choice include Parsons School of Design, Pratt Institute of Art, and the Rhode Island School of Design, where she intends to study fine arts with a concentration in fashion design. Kamara's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship is funded by community and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Kamara Royster.
When you hear the word scholar, you may think doctor, scientist, activist. Your notion of a scholar sees a math equation and solves it in a second. I can do that, but that's not me. I am a scholar, but I am also an artist. Dr. King dreamt of equality and justice. I dream of embodying people's essence as a Black female fashion designer. Embodying their essence through wool untucked and hanging from its seams, through silk ruffles ghosting over their hands and the floor, through sleek velvets embellished with bellflowers and tulips. I will change the fabric of your notion of a scholar. Thank you, community and friends, for giving me the thread I will use to craft my future. Eighth graders, explore. Find that one thing you're not satisfied with. Improve on it. Refabricate it and its definition until it's a beauty of your own. Mommy, Daddy, Noni, please rise. Mommy and Daddy, your independent sacrifices mend the path that I walk on today, and I'm eternally grateful. I love you both so very much. Noni, you're my day one till this day. You sit my big old self in your lap and just allow me to talk, and I'm eternally grateful for that. I love you so much.
Congratulations, Kamara. And again, special thanks to Superintendent Cynthia Ritchie, Principal Jose Ortiz, and the staff at the New London Visual Performing Arts High School. Our 12th scholar of the evening is Fallons Joseph from New London High School, Science and Technology Magnet High School. Introducing Fallons is MLK trustee Karen Walters.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce Fallons Joseph. Fallons, son of Pierre Joseph and Francois Venant, is a senior at New London High School and Technology Magnet High School. At school, taking ECE and AP courses, Fallons is, get ready for this because there's a lot. Fallons is a member of the National Honor Society, More Than Words, the Color Guard and the Drill, Track and Field, and varsity fencing teams where he placed in the Eastern Connecticut and State Conference ECC championships. There's more. In the Naval Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps, Fallons received the Vice Admiral Samuel L. Gravely Jr. ribbon and was named a Naval Science Outstanding Cadet. And more. In the community, Fallons works with the historically black colleges and university alumni in educating minority students to pursue higher education. Holding an EMT graduate certificate, Fallons' school of choice includes UConn, NYU, Columbia, where he intends to study to become a doctor. Fallons' Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship is funded by community and friends. Please join me in congratulating Fallons Joseph.
I have been passed down 2 gifts: the Bible and the belt. Hear me out. Typically, these gifts are given when the child you are most worried about is also going to college in hopes they don't mess up. But for me, it was given in preparation for the life of a colored person going into society. It taught me discipline, one for my soul and one for my body. Because the Lord knows I needed it. So 8th graders, when you are given the Bible and the belt, just say, hallelujah. I thank my sponsor, Community and Friends, for not only supporting my dream of becoming an emergency room doctor, but also making it their mission to help those in need. Remember, you will be blessed. Luke 6:38, give, and it shall be given unto you. Mom, earnestly, please rise. Earnestly, my little brother, although you have surpassed me in height, although you may have laughed at me while I'm giving this speech, remember, I got the scholarship. And Mom. Haven't we been through a lot? But because of those gifts you had given me, it has made me the man I am today. A colored person in society and a Martin Luther King scholar. I plan on putting these gifts into great use, especially when I become a father. I will show them the same love you have given me. Through the Bible and the belt. Thank you, Mom.
The Bible and the belt. I like that. Congratulations, Fallons. And again, special thanks to Superintendent Ritchie, Principal
Straight A student, a budding actress with good friends. Then there goes one of my friends reporting me to the school saying I'm going to kill myself. It's a good thing she did though, because then the school got me the help that I needed. I was locked in a room in L&M's basement for 72 hours. Just as I was in the lowest part of that hospital, I had entered the lowest point in my life. Being there meant that I gave up on all the things I had worked so hard towards and exploring the universe. Although I still struggle just as I did before, I found the strength to be able to wake up every morning. And Even if to get through the day, I have to tell myself all I have to do is breathe, sleep, walk, and stand up here to make a speech. Eighth graders, you all have a fire inside of you. Stoke it. Even on the days you have to tell yourself all you're doing is breathing, sleeping, and walking. Thank you to the Kitchings Family Foundation for sending me to MIT. I am going to be an astronautical engineer, and I am going to explore the universe. Mom, Dad, Regina, please rise. You can't cry, you're gonna make me cry. Mama, Daddy, thank you for your unconditional love and support on my good days and my bad. I quite literally wouldn't be standing up here without you. G, you are my rock. Your grace and your intelligence are beyond your years, and you have so much to teach me. Maraming salamat po, mahal kita.
Congratulations, Rihanna. A special thanks to Superintendent Susan Austin, Principal Ted Kelleher, and the Fitch High School staff. Our next scholar of the evening is Fortune Adekoya from Marine Science Magnet High School. Fortune Scholarship is funded by the Scruggs Memorial Fund. Introducing Fortune tonight is Mrs. Jean Swift, co-founder of the Scruggs Memorial Fund.
Ariel, will you join me? Well, this has to be the feel-good night of the year. It's just amazing. We're very proud to present the Scruggs Memorial Fund's first recipient. The Scruggs Memorial Fund was started by my sister, Ariel Merrill, in 1999, and I joined her a year later. And for the first 20 years, I was 10. Yeah, that's right. And for the first 20 years of this donor-advised family fund, we were able to accomplish some wonderful things. We were able to build a well in Haiti, able to help orphans in Africa, able to do other humanitarian relief. And many times we would have some educational endeavors, but for a long time we thought the second phase, once the pandemic started, we involved other members of our family who are represented here tonight. We're so glad the Scruggs family is here with us. And now our focus is primarily scholarships for both the Native American College Fund and for the MLK Junior Scholarship Fund. We're very excited about this partnership. And now my sister Ariel will introduce Fortune.
Okay. I just wanted to say, when I read his bio, it was amazing because it was perfect. I just know that if my grandparents were here today, they would see him, they would see his bio, and they would just embrace him and say, yep, that's the one. So Fortune Adekoya is the son of the Reverend, forgive me if I don't pronounce it right, Olufemi and Miss Alufumalayo, I'm so sorry, Adekanyo, is a senior at Marine Science Magnet School. At school, Fortune is a member of the National Honor Society and has received the Anchor Award in English 3. Fortune is on the indoor and outdoor track and field teams and the fencing, gaming, basketball, SAT, and Interact clubs. In the community, Fortune is a youth coach, co-leader, and Sunday school teacher, Grandma would love that, at the Redeemed Christian Church Sanctuary of Praise, where his father is pastor. Fortune's community service includes helping at middle school track meets and freshman field trips, continuing a family gift of musicianship. I know my auntie loves that too. Fortune is the church pianist. Fortune's school of choice includes UConn, Providence College, and Connecticut College, where he intends to study aerospace engineering. Fortune's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship is proudly funded by the Scruggs Memorial Fund.
Space, the final frontier. To boldly go where no man has gone before. From up in space, you see the Earth in its beautiful entirety. From up in space, our petty issues stand still. Space made me stand still. But at the same time, it made me want to soar. I want to get away from these petty issues, just as Edgar Mitchell once said. From out there on the moon, international politics looks so petty. You want to grab a politician by the scruff of the neck, drag him 250,000 miles out, and say, "Look at that, you son of a..." Space. There is so much left to explore. Oh, 8th graders, do not allow earthly issues to weigh you down. For you and your descendants can boldly go where no man has gone before. I would like to thank my sponsor, the Scruggs Memorial Fund, for not only believing in my dream of becoming an aerospace engineer, but fueling my mission to Mars. I would also like to thank my mom and dad. Will you stand? You boldly went where none of my ancestors have gone before, the land of the free. Thank you for putting God first ahead of our petty issues, your guidance, and your everlasting love.
Congratulations, Fortune. It's a Trekkie. And special thanks to Executive Director Catherine Erickson, Principal Tara Armor Trudeau, and the Marine Science Magnet High School staff. Our 15th, wow, 15 scholars. That's just amazing. Let's just get around here. Well, we'll get around that, but there's 15 scholars. We have 16, but 15 scholars. I just got overwhelmed real quick right here. Our 15th scholar tonight is Kyra Robinson from Fitch High School. Kyra's scholarship is funded by Community and Friends. Introducing Kyra tonight is MLK trustee, Mr. Joe Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Timmons. Handshake right there, everybody. Yeah, I know you are. What an evening, what a celebration, right? The future is looking pretty bright, y'all, isn't it? Round of applause, please. So I'll be brief. I think that one theme that kept running through the night, at least for me, that resonated was this theme of light, right? And so I implore the scholars to continue to be bold in whatever you do. You're inspiring in your actions and how you behave, and you're becoming role models, so that's important. So do not play small in any room or space that you enter, and don't dim your light. Be bright. So, and one last comment, as part of the board, you know, we have the highest expectations for you, and we know that you're going to reach them. So I'm honored to introduce our next scholar. Miss Kyra Robinson, daughter of Frank and Dana Robinson, is a senior at Fitch High School. At school, Kyra is enrolled in International Baccalaureate full diploma program, whose rigorous course of study culminates in final assessments by internal and external resources. Kyra is the co-president of the Black Student Union, a student initiative which seeks to lift every student's voice and to empower diversity, equality, and inclusion for all. In the community, Kyra has volunteered at Mystic Aquarium as a public speaker. This is easy, this is cake for you then. Kyra's schools of choice include Yale, Boston University, UConn, and Wells College, where she intends to major in biology with the goal of becoming a psychiatrist. All right, so Kyra's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship is funded by Community and Friends. Please welcome Ms. Kyra Robinson.
I awoke to the sound of my mom's scream and ran down the stairs to find my father lying on the floor, unrecognizable and unable to breathe. The summer of 2020 changed my life. My father contracted COVID and was fighting for his life. During this time, my family struggled and I was devastated. During my weakest point, I had to overcome my adversity, do well in school, and help support my family. I've learned acceptance. I learned from my dad how to be at your lowest and still fight till you reach the top again. The choice is ours. 8th graders, perseverance and determination can outweigh anything. You can achieve great things. Work hard, take risks, make mistakes, because our low moments now can be our strengths tomorrow. Thank you, community and friends, for helping me pursue my dream of becoming a psychiatrist. Mommy, Daddy, please rise. Mommy, you are my best friend. I hope to one day become the woman that you are. Daddy, thank you for giving me the strength that I need. And thank you for being here tonight, because you being here allows me to finally feel okay to breathe again.
Congratulations, Kyra. And special thanks to Superintendent Susan Austin, Principal Ted Kelleher, and the Fitch High School staff. Our last scholar of the evening, last but not least, is Isaiah Anderson, again from Fitch High School. Isaiah's scholarship is funded by Mystic Congregational Church. Introducing Isaiah tonight is Miss Kathy Parker, Mystic Congregational Church moderator.
Good evening, everybody. All I can say is, wow. It's been quite an evening, hasn't it? I am really, really pleased to be here for the first time representing Mystic Congregational Church. And this whole evening has just left me so optimistic. I'm sure I speak for the rest of you. And also wishing that the organizers might place tissue boxes on each of the tables. I am thrilled to be introducing Isaiah Anderson this evening. Isaiah, son of Glorimar and Jason Anderson, is a senior at Fitch High School. At school, Isaiah is a member of the National Honor Society, received the Harvard Book and Principals Awards for academic achievement, and is a CAS Scholar Leader. President of his class, Isaiah is on the Student Council, the Athletic Advisory Committee, and is student representative to the Board of Education. Isaiah represented Fitch at the ECC Athletic and the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Conferences, the latter a national program for future leaders. In the community, Isaiah volunteers at the Groton Little League Clinic, the Fitch Baseball Community Trash Pickup, and at New London Shelters at Thanksgiving. Isaiah's schools of choice include Georgetown, Columbia, and Boston College, where he intends to study law and to one day hold public office. Please join me in welcoming Isaiah Anderson.
Whitest, black, kid, threatened who I was. Whitest, black, kid, shattered the identity that I had so carefully crafted. I felt shame, I felt anger, and I felt sorrow. I have never blamed the owners of those three words for the resentment that I felt, as they were simply the carriers of a disease that has preyed on this world for eons. Racism has laughed at my taste in music because apparently Elton John is only a musician for white America. Racism has laughed at my eloquent speech because apparently my rich heritage meant that I was never expected to form coherent sentences. Racism has laughed at my closest friends because apparently the people at my lunch table were always supposed to match the color of my skin. I now know that the words of others, while powerful at times, are simply the words of others. They are not definitive statements of who I am, but rather the tainted observations of those blinded by a virus, racism. Those words do not define us. I believe in my character, and I believe in the power of my words. 8th graders, believe in yourselves. Speak your truth. Listen to your Elton John. Thank you, Mystic Congregational Church, for tirelessly working to support my voice and the change that it will one day bring. And to the people that I love most in this world, Mom, Dad, Grandma, and Grandpa, please rise. You four are the village of love and kindness that raised me, the rock-solid support system that has never left my side. You all always tell me to be a leader and never a follower. So, that's exactly what I am going to be. I am not the whitest black kid. I am simply Isaiah Zion Anderson. Future President of the United States of America.
Congratulations, Isaiah. And again, congratulations to Superintendent Susan Austin and the Fitch High School staff. Wow, wow, wow. We have doctors, lawyers, artists, presidents. This is our future, everybody. This is our future. I hope you all are as impressed with these 16 young scholars as I am. It is a hard job choosing these final scholars. We get over 50 to 60 applications, and to weed it down to the 16 scholars that we chose here tonight, it just makes me proud, and I hope it makes you all proud too. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude tonight, this does conclude our scholars for the year, but not our commitment to continue our efforts to identify funding sources and future scholars. I would like to invite all the scholars back to the stage, along with Christine Connolly, State Representative from the 40th District. Unfortunately, Mr. Courtney had to leave a little early today, so we have a couple of proclamations that we will be presenting. So this is the largest group that we've ever had, so we've got to move this stage back a little bit here. We're not used to that. And we're going to have you guys stand across the front.
Yeah, take your moments.
Yeah,
take your moment.
Move up. This is your moment, not ours. We'll stand in the background and read.
Students, on behalf of the entire General Assembly, along with all of your state representatives and senators, it is hereby known that the Connecticut General Assembly hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to each of you in recognition of your achievement as a Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholar. You have embodied the work and the legacy of Dr. King, and with our grace, compassion, and determination. We are incredibly proud of each and every one of you and look forward to seeing what you accomplish in your future. The entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and express the hope of your continued success. This was signed today by the President of our Senate, Marty Looney, the Speaker of the House, Matt Ritter, and our Secretary of State. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
But wait, there's more.
Your congressional delegation also congratulates you immensely, Congressman Courtney, Congressman Jeffries, and all of your Connecticut congressmen and women on receiving the Dr. Martin Luther King Scholarship for academic excellence, leadership, and dedication, and embodying the ideals of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Congratulations.
So each one of the scholars tonight will receive that proclamation with their name that they can hopefully take and frame. But wait, there's still more. Before we officially conclude, and while we have all the scholars on the stage, I'd like to once again thank you all. Over the past 2 years, due to COVID-19, we've been unable to hold our award dinner. However, we continue to receive generous donations from the community. Your overwhelming generosity has allowed the Trust Fund to give more. So tonight, each of these scholars will actually receive a $25,000 scholarship. A $5,000 increase. With the inflation and college tuition at an all-time high, the Board of Trustees has agreed that increasing the scholarship is the right move to make this year. We are immensely grateful for all that you have given to make this possible, and as we look to sustain this effort and envision incremental increases to the scholarship over time, we hope that you all will make the same commitment. In closing, I'd like to give special thanks to our friends of the Trust Fund, Platinum, Gold, Silver, and Bronze sponsors. You are the reason we can come back each year and help aspiring students in New London County. The Trust Fund also thanks Mr. Solomon Hardy, our videographer. Once again, he has made this ceremony special. Middle schoolers, I hope this event has inspired you. Remember my charge to you in doing the work, and I expect to see you on this stage in a few years. As we continue our efforts to advance Dr. King's dream of peace and unity, Dr. King reminds us in 1967 speech that our loyalties must transcend our race, our tribe, our class, and our nation. And this means we must develop a world perspective. Therefore, we invite you to join us at 3 p.m. on Sunday, January 15th, 2023, for our annual ecumenical service at St. James Episcopal Church. Next year's scholarship award ceremony will be held on Thursday, October 19th, so please hold that date. So hopefully we can present an even bigger class of scholars. We thank you all and hope you have a great evening, but before we leave, we have our closing prayer, and we call on Reverend Krista Swenson of the Mystic Congregational Church. Make a hole, make a hole, make a hole, make a hole.
I didn't memorize mine like you all did. A blessing and benediction for us all as we depart. I want to see you all. Can I stand over here? As a whole and holy body, be all that you are called to be. In any and all the ways you can, seek justice, resist evil, stand strong against death and all death's works and complicity. Add your voice, move your feet, extend your hands, and because it just might, hold firm to that long arc of history like your lives depend on it, and pull with as little or as much strength as you have, so that together we might help it continue to bend in the direction of justice and peace and hope and promise for you and for me, for us and for them, for all of God's children. So having been nourished by this evening's gathering, its words and its witness, go now and be peace. Go now in the name of all that is holy to each of us alone, and in the name of all that is holy to all of us together. Amen.
Let's have another round of applause for these fantastic 16 scholars. I thank you all tonight for coming to this ceremony. I hope you all arrive back home at your destinations safely and securely. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.